Hey guys, it's Daniel again from Takeover Gaming, and I know I haven't been on here for a while, but I haven't been able to play a lot. But I just played at the Columbus LCQ this last Sunday, and I got 16th with Red Green Pan. Uh, I didn't already have my invite. I just wanted to do some testing for Nats, but I wanted to see how the deck would go. As you can see, there is some one ofs in this deck that you could see that you probably wouldn't play one of. It's because I didn't have access to more of the cards, or some cards I didn't have access at all. So I did what I could do. I just wanted to test red green to see if it still had the chops to keep up with the meta. So I will have those cards for Nats and make sure I'll get them so that I can play at the best of the deck's ability. So let's get right into it. So I'm playing one Gallic Cannon. I will take this out for Nats. I know how good the card is in a mono red. Yes, it's a staple. But in red green, you're always charging a red green energy turn one. And by turn 2, you have access to Mach Speed, Vegeta the Cruel, Denial of Hope, Topo, and there's really no reason to use Gallic Cannon. It kind of loses its viability there. I would much rather play a Mach Speed on turn 2 than a Gallic Cannon because I can draw the card -2 cards, and it's also a Familiar Bonds target and everything like that. So I understand how good the card is, but I probably won't be playing it in the future. Aftermatch Technique, it's the staple negate. It's a 3 of. Because I'm already playing 3 topos, so I'm already making 6 negates. I sometimes don't like the card because every time I lost was against Kaioken Goku, and the issue with this is I would rather have a strong, actual hard negate to be able to stop it than getting this off the top of my life and being like, oh, I'll negate 10 and then won't be able to out combo it. But I'll keep it. It's still a pretty good card. 2 Denial of Hope in the main. This was originally going to be the extra 2 spots for the 2 Gallic Cannons I was going to main, because I was going to main 3. But since I'm not going to play Gallic Cannon, I'm going to keep Denial in the deck. Denial actually came up a lot during the Sunday. Against Red, you can respond to their Vegeta exploiting weaknesses with Denial and just stop the card altogether. I thought that was pretty good. Just to let you know, in case you didn't know, if you try a Denial Topo, it will still negate. They just will not be able to play the Topo, but it still negates the attack. So continue. 4 Familial Bonds, I believe this card's staple. It's one of the best cards in the deck, next to Digging Deep, which is the main target for this card. Just fantastic card. 4 Support Attack Sun Goten, super combo I had on me at the time. It's the one I've been playing because it's the one I have. 4 Broly Demonic Origins. This card's fantastic. It's your check land for other red greens. It comes in untapped if you have another red green energy. But on top of that, it's a Familiar Bonds target, which makes it really good. It's a 2-drop 20k and makes your opponent discard a card, and you'll draw a card in pan. Against Janemba, this card was amazing. I never charged this card in Janemba. I always use this as a way to beat down Janemba's hand while also getting a card out that just draws me a card into a 20k swing. It's pretty good. 2 SSG Vegeta, Energy of the Gods. Card's alright. Both this and the Goku that are green, I just kind of play because they're green energy. They're green cards for a rival. They come up in situations to where you want to play them for when those situations arise, but they're not that important. They're just kind of like some of the I think are the best cards to play right now. 3 SSG Energy of the Gods, Son Goku. This came up more often. Drawing 2 cards is always good. It's not terrible. It's situational, but when it comes up, you want to have it because it's just it's a 1-drop 20k swing. Your draws 2 cards, pretty good. 4 Vegeta the Cruel. The reason why I wanted to even play green to begin with currently, this card is amazing. I feel like this card does not have a bad thing against most matchups, and I feel like this card is just fantastic in pan. You draw a card, make the Morpa card, and then you pop a card. It's just amazing. 3 Mach Speed Kaioken Son Goku. It's your next counterplay card. It's good against U6. It's also Familial Bonds target, which makes it actually very interesting because you can Familial Bonds and neg 10 something because it's during the player's turn, and then you can Capricious Gods, Beerus and Champa, and if you put them under 20, you can pop that card and give a Mach Speed Son Goku double strike, and it's a lot of value out of the card, and I feel like it's pretty good. The fact that it became a viable Familial Bonds target makes it worth playing. 4 Digging Deep. I think this card's staple. Every time I open Familial Bonds and Digging Deep, I'm pretty sure I won the game because this turn 2 aggression from Digging Deep is just way too strong. Not much more yet to say about Digging Deep. 3 Fearless Pan. So Fearless Pan, I like the card, but honestly, sometimes my board isn't wide enough to where this actually matters that much. And also like with like Gogeta and stuff, they already have double strike, so it doesn't matter. But this card is actually pretty good. So I would still play it. It's a familiar on target. It has barrier blocker, which could be really relevant against Shinron. And just the chance that you can just blow out the game just on turn 3 with this card is just it's phenomenal. Two Bardock, Awakened Instincts. I don't think there's much I have to say about this card. I thought about playing SS3 attacking Trunks, but I felt like 20k double strike crit wasn't really worth it at the discard that you have to do for the card, because it never comes like it's easy to get around. I think the best card, best deck it's against is Janemba, because they're not going to really have the combo power early in the game to be able to get rid of it that easily. But it's fine. 3 Topo, Righteous Aid. I think this card is amazing. I think the card is just it's so good. Every time I played against Topo, I felt like every time I played Topo, I felt like I won the game, because you go against their aggressive turn, you're like Topo, and they're like, oh, well, I can't be aggressive anymore, pass turn, and then you just win out with the because they just like went in on their board. You go Topo, they have to pass, and then you just overvalue them and just beat them out with your 20k, 15k swings. And you can also discard Dignity off of this for a Familiar Bonds target, which I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty funny, and you draw the card back that you discard, so you don't really lose anything. 2 Faded Kaioken Son Goku. Would not play this again. You would think the red-green arrival isn't that bad, but it kind of is. It just being 20k dual attack double strike honestly doesn't really seem worth it to me. It's very easy to get around 2 Senzu Beans. You have to combo to actually do anything with this card, and you have to take a life to use its ability. So if you're at 4, it's kind of fine. But if you're at below 4, then it becomes more iffy. But this is going to replace for Capricious Capricious Gods, Beerus and Champa, the red green from the draft box, because that card's just kind of like this with Digging Deep, but just better. And it also can pop 20k or less, which Mock Speed can help you manipulate those powers and then pop the card and then give Mock Speed double strike and just a lot of value out of the card. So I'll play that in the future. One of the SSG Vegeta Exploiting Weakness. I would play this card at 2 for the future. I think this card's amazing. The 1 Gallic Cannon is going to be taken out for the second one of this card. It's a 5k combo, and when you play it down, you kind of just beat U6 because this card is just a blowout against them. And 19k swing is not nothing to scoff at. Against Janemba, he counterplayed one of my cards, and then I just responded with this, blew out his board. It didn't really do it doesn't stop the counterplay, but I just got a 19k swing to go on at him every turn for the rest of the game, and I felt like that just put me ahead of the game because he always had a combo out of it. For SSB Gogeta, Resident of Destruction, or Explosion, I apologize. This card's fantastic, but I think I'll take one out so I can play 3 Capricious Gods because they both have their situations where they're both really good. And I just think the 1 drop 20k Red Green Gogeta, it's one of the best cards. It's the best card in Red Green, honestly. Outside of Capricious Gods, I feel like this card is just staple if you ever wanted to think about playing this color. Even if we get new stuff in the future, I feel like this card is going to be the most relevant card to play because this card just has a lot of variety to it. The only reason why I want to play 3 is because I just don't know what else to take out for the 3rd Capricious, and I want to play both at 3 at least. So I will for the future. The Secret Rare, Scramble, SSG Scramble. I won 3 games with this card, and this card's actually kind of awesome. I didn't realize how much this card would come up, but I get the 5 energy a lot, and this card just wins me the game. So I will continue. The card's amazing. There's nothing else you'd really play. It's just a one card spot for your Secret Rare. It's your blowout card for the deck because this deck really doesn't have a big blowout finisher that you would have. Onto the sideboard, I play 2 Izal You Got. Pretty good card against U6. Not much to say about that. 2 Dimension Leaper helped me win a Shinron matchup because he played Gogeta and I responded with this and they just passed there, and then the next turn I beat out his the rest of his life. The 3rd Denial of Hope. I thought about maining it, but I think 2 in the main's fine, so I'm just going to keep the third one on the side for when the situation arises. 3 Elder, Village Guardian. I it came up once against Janemba. The most that it really did is I discarded a Digging Deep and sent back some irrelevant cards in the matchup. So it really didn't get to show off all of it, but I think the card's fine. Um, I don't know what else I would play. I could play Vegeta making entrance, but I don't know I'd rather not have to depend on my opponent countering all my cards to be able to use Vegeta making entrance. So I think I'll stick with Elder for the future. 3 Sports Ejection. This card's really good. I think I only really played it inside one matchup, but the matchup was Shinron Ramp and it won me the game. I hardcasted it, and it's kind of funny when you can draw a card off this card and then sack their energy and just keep this card on the board the rest of the game. I think that's pretty funny, locking them out of going any energy higher than you for the rest of the game. It's really good. 2 Haru. This card's good, but I don't know if I would still play it. I feel like my U6 matchup my Broly matchup is fine enough to where I don't need to play this card. I kind of want to play Dimensional Manager Fu for the Green Broly matchup because I feel like that deck's going to be more relevant since Shinron's coming back up, and I don't have anything really in the deck to deal with it other than you can denial before they hit the 4-drop and just break their chain, which isn't bad, but I don't know. I'll have to think about it. It's going to be some testing I'll have to do with it to see if it's relevant enough. But Haru is fine. You can this deck actually doesn't mind milling because you want to mill your Familial Bonds targets and then you untap your energy and then you just Familial Bonds out whatever target you have. So like that's neat. You don't mind the milling in this deck, but I just don't know. Like the card's fine. I'd have to test more. 2 Kaioken, Defender of the Earth. This is for Janemba. I didn't want to play Food the Dark Banisher because I feel like this card is one. It's in the color of the deck, so like if you play it, like if your hand's not that good, you can at least charge it. Also, even if this card's like with Dimensional Manager Fu, they tap it or they get rid of it somehow, and the card doesn't do anything. You basically pass, and but this card, when it gets tapped, you could go ahead and just rip the cards out of their hand and just use your other small attacks to just beat the game out against them. I like the card. I only played one Janemba, and I didn't see it against Janemba, but I feel like I would still play it. It's in color, which is the best thing about it. It's one more energy than Food Dark Banisher, but I just feel like the card's ability makes it a lot better, and it gets around a lot of stuff in the deck. So I'll continue playing this card. Well, that was everything, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Any thoughts, opinions? I like the deck a lot. I've been playing this deck for a while. I'm still in love with it. I'm glad I got this testing in because I would have played Gallic Cannon in that match, and I feel like that would have been really sad for me because it was very underwhelming for this deck. Not that it's a bad card, but just that it's not the best card for this deck in particular. So I think I'll have to look around, see if there's anything else I want to play. But I feel like this is going to be the deck that I play at Nats. I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye.